action. All right, so right now we're reviewing my students' videos from Yap University. If you don't know what Yap University is, it is my online community where I help you become a better yapper. So right now we are reviewing the freshman graduation application. So this is the first person. Let's watch some of her videos. All right.
I'm 38 and still competing, and I take one full day off every week on purpose. No training.
Okay, so this video, you need to keep the text hook on the screen the whole time. Guys, why are we taking the text hook off the screen? If you have a text hook above your head, keep it on the screen the entirety of the video. When it's only on the screen for 2 seconds or 3 seconds, even 4 seconds, people aren't even able to read it before it disappears. Here's what I like to do. If you notice in a lot of my videos, I'll have a text hook above my head. I'll keep it on the screen for the entirety of the time, but I'll also add another text hook underneath it in parentheses. This is a hack because you give context or you create a prompt or you ask a question that gets someone to think, and then underneath it you add a little more context in the parentheses, and then you address the text hook in the video. That is the science of a text hook, guys. All right, so this person, she needs to add her text hooks longer.
Still playing pro at 38, and here's one reason.
Okay, so this video, the text hook says, I never train to failure. Okay, I don't give a fuck about what you do. I care about what's helpful for me. So you need to reframe the language here to add value to the viewer. So instead of it saying, I never train to failure, it should say, here's why you shouldn't train to failure, right? Don't make it about you, make it about them. You are not the hero in your content. The viewer is the hero in your content, and you're just the guide helping them get to the top of the mountain. So this is something, actually, I made a video about this that went pretty viral. It's stop making your content about yourself. Make your content about the viewer. And I got a lot of hate for this. And people saying, oh, well, I make my content for me. And, well, my content's like a diary of my life. Okay, that's fine. Then don't try to monetize social media. The only way you're going to monetize social media is if you make your content valuable for someone else. So for text hook purposes, never put, I do this. Put, you should do this if blank. And then I would put like another text hook underneath it in parentheses that says like, you know, you should never train for failure because you should never train to failure. And then in the parentheses put something like, you know, the most understood way of training. You see how that creates curiosity? You see how people are going to actually think? So those are two things that she needs to do better.
I'm 38, still playing.
I don't wear knee pads. Yo, no one cares about what you do. There's a reason why this video only got 1 like. Now, no hate to this person because she's doing a good job. She's posting consistently. But when you continue to make your content about yourself, people don't actually care.
Stop picking volleyball shoes by the brand.
Okay, this is much better. Stop buying shoes by brand. I like that. But what I would also do is I would add context underneath text hook. And also, never say your text hook as the first line in the script. Wait.
Stop picking volleyball shoes by the brand.
Okay, so the text hook says, stop buying shoes by brand. And then she says, stop picking volleyball shoes by the brand. That's redundant. We don't want to be redundant in our content. We want to make sure that everything we say and everything on the screen is different from the other things. We need variety. So never, ever, ever have the text hook be the first line in the script. If the video is about why you shouldn't buy shoes by brand, maybe put the text hook as something like, you know, most volleyball players buy Nike. Here's why you shouldn't. Something like that. That makes sense. Jeremy?
That makes sense.
That makes sense. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that you gotta have it different, for sure. I think it has to be different.
Do you agree with the text hook thing?
What, that it has to be different?
And just stay on the screen the whole time?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page about that.
Stop picking volleyball.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if I'm not going to prove her. Look, guys, I know this is free, and I know freshman year is free, but I'm not just going to give you a free ride to sophomore year. When you unlock sophomore year, there is a paywall that I'm going to make money from. But I'm not going to prove her because you know what? I want her to take the feedback I'm about to give her, and I want her to implement it, and I want to see her views double, and then I will allow her to graduate as sophomore year. So let's give her some feedback. You're doing amazing on your videos. You're posting consistently, but there's a reason why you're getting low engagement. Most of your videos are about yourself. You need to make the videos about your viewer. Try to provide them some value instead of saying why you do these things. Let me know if that makes sense. Also, you need to add the text hook, keep the text hook on the screen for the entirety of the video, and try to make the text hook even a little more, create even more curiosity. Now, I would assume that English is not your first language, so I understand there might be a little language barrier there. But your English is great, and I think you just need to change those two things about the text hook and the way you frame your language, and your views will double. I am not going to approve your graduation to sophomore year until I see a change in your videos. Thank you so much for participating, and I can't wait to see your views get more engagement in the future.
Does that send a voice note or that types it all out?
Types it all out, baby.
Nice.
Whisper flow, baby. All right. We're going to, if I hit reject graduation, is it going to send her the feedback? Yeah. All right, cool. All right, we rejected her, but she's going to come back stronger, right? She's going to come back stronger.
For sure.
Cut.